Oh, good morning to you all, good morning. It is Saturday the 1st of August 2020. Ah dear. I made a silly joke the other day about why I'd left wallpaper on the wall, that I thought perhaps that was all that was holding things together. Ah dear. So I thought, well, I better prepare this wall to take tiles and toilets and such likes, and I took the wallpaper off, and there's a crack in the plaster. You can see that it sort of runs, and it's been patch repaired, and it's been wallpapered over. And the plaster, you know how you rattle it with a tool, don't matter what tool, a little hammer or whatever it was you were scraping wallpaper with, and it sounded horribly hollow. So I prized it a little bit, and here's a little problem. Now, I'm not particularly worried about it. I shall fill that with show and stone and glue it back together, and then I shall slap some plaster over the top of it. However, you always need to look at these things and think, right, when did that crack start to develop, and is it still developing? No, frankly. I don't know how long the wallpaper has been up, but you know, this crack hasn't opened in the last 10 years. So I shall fill that with show, plaster it, walk away, leave it, let it all dry out, and we'll see what it does. I don't think it's moved for a long time. Could be wrong, but there we are. That's something to do on Saturday 1st of August. Well, that looks a bit better. Yeah, I had to push in between all of the stone, and that actually took a lot more show than you would think, but I'm used to this, and I actually still ended up with half a trowel too much, which I found other places for. Not sure what it is. My sand has acquired an odour very reminiscent of the sort of aftershaves we used to use in the 1970s. Yeah, I asked the cat if she'd seen anyone add anything to it, but she just gave me a blank stare. And I sort of think, yeah, in 100 years' time, 1,000 years' time, when clever archaeological scientists excavate the remains of this house, they're going to wonder what the special additive was that we put in our sand to make the show stick better. Well, it's that time of day when sensible creatures have a little siesta. Well, it's that time of night for assessing what I've done today. And it's been another one of those days when I'm struggling to see what I've done. Except for this bit, I can see what I've done. That was a horrible big crack. Now it's not. Interesting tool that I've got here. This is a sander for sanding plaster, because I'm not the world's best plasterer, and in any event, in a house like this, there are places where you want to go over it. It's got its own extractor bag, very important. That's a good tool. I've got some tiles which, yeah, I've gone all through the workshop And what I can't find, you know, I've found me tiling hammer, but I can't find the nails that you use to nail them to the wall. Yeah, that might have to wait a while. I've been building studding slowly. This is a sort of double thickness bit because it's going to carry a door, and it's also, yeah, it's got some. This timber is interesting. You put it up, you whack screws into it, and during the course of the day it twists. Yeah, that might get another screw in there tomorrow. Oh no, it won't, it's Sunday tomorrow. But there we are. Yeah, I have done things. It just doesn't feel like I've done very much, apart from sweat. Done a lot of that today. Of course, I've been obliged to feed Madam and the brood several times. She comes and finds me when she thinks it's time for food. But there we are. Now, some of you said that really for that the window in that stud wall, the Harry Faber Glassworks ought to be involved. So I've crawled around in the back of the barn. Yes, I think we need to do some thinking about that. What I've got to do is I've got to crawl around further in the back of the barn to see if I can find my lead channel. If I can't find it, that will be game over for now. But there's some lovely bits of glass in there. I know where my soldering iron is, I know where my glass cutter is, I know where my lead cutter is, and I've got plenty of timber to make some templates. So we'll see, we might do some of that tomorrow, might do, might not. See what the day brings.